Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for March 29th from Genesis chapter 48. Once again, the older will serve the younger. Joseph's father is now ill and makes some very interesting statements before he dies. The first one, verse 5. And now your two sons, who were born to you in the land of Egypt before I came to you in Egypt, are mine. Ephraim and Manasseh shall be mine, as Reuben and Simeon are. That means Joseph's father just adopted his two own sons. Joseph was himself highly favored by his father, and now his two sons are sort of being elevated from grandsons to be adopted sons. Obviously, to be favored. Next is the blessing of these two adopted sons. But something different happens here, verses 18 and 19. And Joseph said to his father, "Not this way, my father. Since this one is the firstborn, put your right hand on his head." But his father refused and said, "I know, my son, I know. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. Nevertheless, his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his offspring shall become a multitude of nations." Previously, Joseph's father had a name change from Jacob to Israel. As Jacob, he was the second-born, but somehow managed to receive the firstborn birthright. Jacob was the younger, the older. Esau would serve him. Now we have the same thing again. History repeats itself. So now let's take these two concepts and put them together. Adoption as a son and an undeserved birthright. You see, through Christ, we are adopted children of God. We deserved eternal death and damnation, but Christ takes our place upon the cross and so adopts us as children of God. Now we receive eternal life. Christ gives us his birthright as adopted children, and Christ now serves us. Mark chapter 10, verse 45, Jesus said, "For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." Joseph's father now continues his instructions to Joseph. Genesis chapter 48, verse 21. Then Israel said to Joseph, "Behold, I am about to die, but God will be with you, and will bring you again to the land of your fathers." Joseph's father is reassuring Joseph that God will be with him. Joseph needs that reassurance. And not only will God be with Joseph, that God will even bring Joseph back to the land of promise. We also need that reassurance. As we get older, those who have taught us the Christian faith are now with Christ. The responsibility to teach then falls upon us to teach the next generation. Each generation of Christians need to be reminded of God's continual presence and to hand down the many blessings and promises of God to the next generation. We dare not get distracted from what is truly important, that the older will serve the younger, as Christ came to serve us. Join me tomorrow as Judah receives his lionship. God's peace and many blessings be with you. Thank you for watching.